Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh, and good morning to my lecturer and fellow friends. Today we will be presenting about a topic that widely used in operation management, business planning, and even in engineering, which is a linear programming. So it may sound technical, but don't worry, our goal today is to help you guys understand it in a simple way. So before we begin, let me introduce our group member who have worked together to prepare this presentation. Okay, we from group 4 and our team is me, Amisha, Ainul, Intan, Umi and Kila. Okay, so we go to the next slide, which is what is a linear programming. Linear programming is a technique in algebra that use a linear equation to determine how to arrive the optimal situation, like maximize or minimize as an answer to a mathematical problem, assuming that fitness of resource and the quantifiable nature of the end optimization goals. So it's called linear because both of the objective, like what you want to maximize or minimize, and the constraint, your limitation like budget and time, are expressed in a linear equation. So for example, imagine a company want to produce 2 products but has a limit materials and time. So linear programming can help figure out of many of each product they should make to maximize profit without exceeding their resource. Okay, linear programming also use many linear inequalities pertaining to a given scenario to determine the optimal value one can obtain under those constraints. A classic example would be calculating the optimal production level to maximize profits given the ratios of supplies and personnel. So in short, linear programming is a valuable tool for solving a real-world problems that involve the limitation resource and multiple options.
Linear programming helps professionals make the best use of limited resource. Business managers use it to optimize production and reduce costs. Economists apply it to study efficient market behavior. Engineers use it for design efficiency, and supply chain analysis rely on it for planning routes and minimizing logistic expenses. It's also useful in academic and technical field. Data scientists build optimization models for complex problems. Agriculture planners choose crop mix for best yield. Dietitians design cost-effective nutrition meal plans. Students and educators use it to learn practical applications of math in decision-making and problem-solving.
Hi, my name is Intan. Now we are here to know why linear programming is useful. Linear programming, or LP, an effective mathematical method for determining the greatest possible outcome in a given mathematical model with linear requirement. These have 4 why linear programming is useful. 1. Linear programming can optimize resources. LP help in maximize or minimize objectives like profit, cost, or time while considering constraints such as budget, labor, and material. Next, applicable across industry. It utilized in various sectors for business, transportation, manufacturing, agriculture, and finance. Next, solve complex decision-making problems. LP simplifies complex problems involving multiple constraints and competing choice into a solvable mathematical model. Next, support by reliable tools. They are established algorithms like the simplex method and software tools such as Excel solver and Python library that can efficiently solve LP problems. Last one is enable data-driven decisions. LP provide optimal solution based on data. reducing relies on intuition or trial and error approach.
Linear programming (LP) on the other hand is used in industry and organizations that require optimal allocation of limited resources. In manufacturing and production planning, it is employed in factory assembly lines and warehouse to maximize output or minimize costs using constrained labor, materials, and machine time. Logistics and transportation sectors such as shipping companies, airlines, and delivery service use LP to determine the most efficient routes and reduce fuel consumption or delivery time. In agriculture, LP is used on farm and in food processing to decide the most profitable combination of crops based on land and resources availability. Workforce scheduling in hospitals, call center, and airline release on LP to assign the right number of staff per shift while staying within budget and meeting service demands. Finally, finance and investment institutions like banks use LP to allocate funds across investment portfolio to maximize return while managing risk. In essence, whatever resources are limited and efficiency is crucial, linear programming provides this powerful and systematic solution.
In these two slides, I will talk about when we will use linear programming. We will use linear programming in 4 situations, which are in business and manufacturing, transportation and logistics, workforce scheduling, and diet planning. We will use it in business and manufacturing to maximizing profit and minimizing costs. We use it to determine how many units of each product to produce, given limited resources like labor, materials, or machine times. For transportation and logistics, we will use linear programming to minimizing travel or delivery costs. We use it to plan the cheapest or most efficient routes and method for transporting goods. In workforce scheduling, we will use linear programming to optimize the staff allocation. We use it to assign workers to shifts or tasks in a way that meets demand but avoids overstaffing or overtime. We also use linear programming in diet planning, especially for nutritional optimization. The way to use it is we create a meal plan that meets all nutritional requirements at the lowest cost.
Alright, the last part is how we calculate linear programming. In this slide, we provide one example question to you guys so I can explain step by step. Step 1, you must read question carefully because in that question have important data. Step 2, you must label. For X, the name. For Y is corduroy. So next, step 3, you must write maximize Z and subject to. All the number in this slide have already have on your question. And step 4, the last part is you must conclude the all calculation. So the conclusion is you are trying to decide how many denim and corduroy you need to produce to maximize profit, but you are limited by the amount of resources, labor or material.